set. Well, good morning, everyone. I guess that's better. Okay. Welcome to Unity of Port St. Lucie. Glad you could all make it this morning. So please stand and we'll have our opening song. One Light. I'd ask you now to sit back and relax in your seats and consider these words from our prayer for inner peace. I open my heart and mind this morning to the presence of God that is within me and in everyone and everything, that one power and one presence. I let God's peace fill my being. In this presence, I am peaceful, poised, confident, and strong. I relax in God's loving care and release all my cares, knowing that God is upholding me and sustaining me in all that I do. God's presence calms me, quiets the storms around me, and leads me to a place of perfect peace. As I center myself in that peaceful presence this morning, I let go of every concern and relax in the safety of God's love and in the love of those around me. I find Unity of Port St. Lucie a sanctuary of love and peace, and I am open and receptive to receive all it has to soothe my mind and soul this day. And so it is. Amen. Would you say with me our mission statement? To develop our spiritual connection with God through prayer, education, and service. And our vision, Unity of Port St. Lucie is an expanding community for personal healing and spiritual growth. Our first congregational song, please stand and sing Weave Us Together.
Weave us
I don't know if that was a technical glitch or we just blame Sherry. I don't know what happened there. Sherry? Okay.
It was a remix. Remix.
Something's coming.
It's not really quick.
Okay.
Light of the world, you step down into darkness. Open
Thank you. Voices from within. That was beautiful. Gail Pike is going to read our daily word. There you go.
This is very appropriate. I think all of you that stay up with the news will agree. I live my vision for a peaceful world. To bring about peace in the world, I begin by paying attention to my first reaction when I feel I've been treated unjustly. I do not deny my feelings, but neither do I allow anger, envy, or other negative feelings to take control of my response. I feel my feelings, but I remain committed to living the truth I know. Regardless of behavior, every person is a divine being, a living expression of God. I call upon my divine faculties of love, faith, and strength to guide my next steps. No matter how another responds, I remain centered in God. My efforts make a difference. Peace between individuals creates peace within families, in communities, and among the nations of the world. The effect of righteousness will be peace, and the result of righteousness, quietness and trust forever. Isaiah 32:17. Please repeat with me the daily word. I live my vision for a peaceful world.
And surely the presence of the Lord is in this place because you're in this place and you are God in expression. And I would invite you now to just relax as much as you can. Close your eyes if that's comfortable and breathe. Breathe. Take a few deep breaths, just in and out. And just continue doing that, making yourself as comfortable as you possibly can. And as you become more relaxed, open your heart. Feel a sense of peace, love, whatever it is that you can feel. As you open your heart and feel that love, peace expanding within you, to touch every cell and fiber of your being. And then see it expanding even more, merging with the love of all the people that are here today. And then see it expanding as it continues to grow into a big ball of pink light that covers the entire community, the city, the state, the country, and the world. Be thankful that you're able to do this. And as you continue to relax more and more, remember that you are an aspect of that which we call God. You're temporarily expressing in human form. And as such, you have access to unlimited peace, love, joy, and wisdom. Those divine aspects or powers can express in and through your body and affairs whenever you allow it. And so I invite you now to allow yourself to experience the love, that love of your indwelling Spirit of God. It is always present. And see if you can't find something in your life that you find easy to love. If you have difficulty with that, maybe it's a person, maybe it's a pet, something in nature, just anything you can focus on that would get you to feel love. And continue to breathe easily and relax and focus on that unconditional love that emanates from your heart. And as you continue to focus on that love, remember that every part of you and all of creation is part of God, is an expression of God. And it needs to be loved by you. That is how we bring harmony into this world. Whenever you can allow that love, it permeates and heals every aspect of your entire being on every level of your expression, body, mind, soul. And with that healing love in your heart, the vitality and enthusiasm of your spirit can now express in your mind, body, and affairs. And every day, forgive yourself for any negative thoughts and actions that you may have had, may have done. And with love in your heart, thank the life and intelligence of God that is in your body. And through the power of your forgiveness and your love of self, you can help your body to recreate itself into the image of its divine pattern. Your positive, loving thoughts and feelings give your body the power to fully express your soul desires. And I would invite you now to enter into a short period of silence to give thanks for the powerful love that is even now doing its work in renewing every part of you. In the silence now, feel the love of Source, of God, and give thanks for the renewal of body and mind. In the silence. And now slowly return your attention to this time and place. And in every day to come, love yourself and all of creation. And you will feel vibrantly alive and ready and able to fulfill your soul's purpose. And remember that whatever happens in your life, you're never alone. Your indwelling Spirit of God is always ready to help with any difficulty you may encounter. The journey is meant to be an exciting one, filled with joy, filled with love, filled with peace, an expression of many kinds. And give thanks that this is so. And now open your eyes. Wide awake and enthusiastic, let's join in singing about the bond of love that truly unites all of creation.
We are one.
Just so I don't forget any of the slides. I think I need my glasses. Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Uni of Port St. Lucie, and welcome to all those at home who are watching on YouTube or maybe watching in the future. It's good to be here. It's been quite a while. Boy, don't they look great with these new T-shirts? How about that? Okay, so as many of you may remember, I kind of like to open up with a little bit of humor. So, beyond the little slide back here, let me tell you a little story. Some of you are familiar with West Palm Beach, Clematis Street. A lot of hangouts down there, particularly Friday, Saturday night. There's some pretty good bars down there and places to imbibe. Of course, the West Palm police, they know that. So they, from time to time, they send a cruiser down, kind of park it sort of inconspicuously, but where the officer can keep an eye on the particular exit from a bar. So it happened this Saturday night. Indeed, one of the officers was parked there, and he looked at this very popular night spot. And it was 2 o'clock, closing time, and he kind of kept looking. The first guy comes out. Now, this guy can't walk a straight line. He's just going that, geez. He gets to the curb, he stumbles, almost falls over, manages to get back up, keeps walking, really back and forth over towards cars nearby. Then he spends about 3-4 minutes fumbling for the key for his car. Finally manages to get the door open, pushes the button, goes in, and starts up the car, and he starts driving off. Immediately, the officer follows him. He figures he's got his pigeon for the night. So, a couple blocks down the road, he pulls him over, and he didn't even bother to ask him to walk a straight line. He knew the guy would never be able to do that. He saw how he came out of there. So he asked him if he'd mind taking a breathalyzer test, and the guy said, no problem. And so, took a hearty blow into this breathalyzer. The officer looks at it with a flashlight. There's something wrong. Do it again. Wait a minute, read 0. How's that possible? What goes on here? Turns to the guy, what's happening? What's this all about? The guy kind of smiles and says, well, officer, have you heard of the designated driver? The officer, of course I do. What's that got to do with this? The guy says, well, you see, tonight I was the dedicated decoy. All right. So let's go on with our little lesson for today. And, nowadays, if I do get around to doing a lesson, it's because it's something that's really bugging me. Okay, this is not, I'm just going to the book and say, what could I talk about this Sunday? This is stuff that relates to my personal life. And so, spiritual healing was something that I contemplate and still do. About 180 years ago, Henry Wadsworth Longfellow wrote, into each life, a little rain must fall. And I think that many of you, as I have experienced, that despite our best efforts, some of that rain sometimes falls on our bodies. I know that you can relate to that. Since last spring, I've gone through a lot of medical tests. And I'm still looking for a good solution to one particular issue. And to be honest with you, I'm not used to that. I'm not a happy camper, not a good patient. I don't want anything, I'm the kind of guy that was used to going in maybe once a year for a little wellness check. And everything was always all right. So I figured there must be a better way. I get frustrated, fearful at times. You've probably been there. A bit angry sometimes. Hello, universe, what's with this system? Why me? There must be a better way. Well, little voice says, what about spiritual healing? Yeah, that sounds good. So like many of you, I've studied a lot of metaphysics over the years. And we've all read about spiritual healing. But the question is, of course, what exactly does that mean, right? And more important, how do I get it? How do you get it? So I want to talk a little bit about what we might be able to do to help ourselves to return our body to a greater balance. if some rain happens to fall on it. So I don't know how you see it, but I always thought of spiritual healing. When I heard the term, it was kind of like the little, the fairy godmother comes along, poof, and you're done. You're okay again. But I think in recent years, and with the years of wisdom as I get older, I've come to understand that spiritual healing really is the result of the application of, call them truth principles, a consistent application. Now, the thing is, as I was writing this, I don't personally know anyone who has done that with great success on a very serious problem, okay? You hear about people having healings here and there all the time. And of course, if you cut your finger, it heals itself, no problem. A couple, 3 days later, it's in good shape. But if you have a real serious problem, I don't know of anyone. However, there is a person that many of us have heard about that I think might be a good model for this kind of thing, and that's Myrtle Fillmore, the co-founder of Unity. Right? She is often cited as an example of how the application of truth principles can beget healing. So the question is, what did she do, and can we help ourselves in the same way? That's kind of what I'd like to talk about. Up to the age of 41, she experienced, in her words, all the ills of mind and body that I could bear. Medicine and doctors ceased to give me relief, and I was in despair. Okay. So I need to point out that the thing that was actually really bothering her was something called at that time consumption, which was tuberculosis, and they had no cure in medical thing. But there was also in the background this is something you inherit. It's a DNA thing, and there's not much you can do about it. You're just stuck with it. But then eventually, after they got back to Kansas City, she and Charles had moved back there, and they began to attend classes from a metaphysician. He was actually a student of Emma Curtis Hopkins, Dr. E.B. Weeks. And in one of his lectures, in one of those classes, he said the following: "You are a child of God, and therefore you do not inherit sickness." And for some reason, that statement was particularly important to Myrtle. She ran with it. For the next 2 years, we're told she daily thanked every part of her body. She forgave herself for having thought ill of it. And over a period of 2 years, she managed to release any thoughts and beliefs in the inevitability of sickness. And indeed, she ultimately demonstrated complete health. She went on to live a long and productive life. She lived to be 86 years old, and in that time, that was a pretty good age. And along the way, she helped many people with her ideas. After she healed herself, she was the foundation of Unity, because Charles got interested in what they then called mind healing because she managed to heal herself. That got him interested. And so she started having little healing circles, and other people wanted to know, what you do? Show me how to do this. Then as more and more people found out about it, they started writing letters to her. You had a problem that you didn't know what to do with. You wrote to Myrtle Fillmore, and she would give you a kind, loving answer with some ideas of how to heal it. And there's a book in your Unity book, The Healing Letters of Myrtle Fillmore. If you want to learn more about that, it's very simple. It's simple stuff. As much of metaphysics is. Very simple, but not easy. Okay? So what I'd like to do is just give you a short summary of what Myrtle did, and hopefully your ideas will help you also. Be aware that this stuff all kind of blends together. It's not 7 unique positions here or ideas, but they all kind of merge. So let's start with number 1. Unite all areas of your life. She said, daily, declare that your spiritual life and world, your mental life and world, and your physical life and world affirm that they are all one, and you're always expressing the intent and desires of your indwelling Christ Spirit on every plane of existence. Okay. The second point, turn inward. That should be obvious. Myrtle taught that God is inside each one of us. So she said, don't pray to some God outside. It's the God in the midst of you that frees and heals, because God is in every part of your body, mind, and soul. And I would revise that to say God is every part of body, mind, and soul, because there's nothing else. Okay, point number 3, be optimistic. She said negative thoughts, beliefs, and feelings will always beget negative results. No news to us. She says prayer is about changing our thoughts and living habits, about replacing old ways of thinking and acting with new positive ones. Again, very simple, right? Fourth one, get sufficient rest every day. Even medical science tells us that these days, right? Make sure you get your 6 to 8 hours, because that's when the body regenerates and heals. So, rest and rejuvenation, she said, feeds the soul. A period of quiet and rest each day, she said, is your opportunity to establish yourself at the center of your being, where the supply of life and substance is inexhaustible. Number 5, treat your body with love, because that's all of this already been that. But Myrtle strongly believed in a healthy lifestyle with healthy foods, regular exercise, and of course plenty of rest. She said the body responds to changes of the mind when it is accompanied by wise living habits, and our adherence to true ideas will renew the body and make it every whit whole. And I might point out, when it comes to healthy eating, many of you probably know that in the early days, if you went out to Unity headquarters in Missouri, the inn there, most of it is vegetarian fare. That's actually what Myrtle adhered to. And they began to change that, but the first few times I was out there was a lot of vegetarian food, and it was good stuff. They knew how to fix it. Okay, number 6, bless your body frequently. Myrtle believed, as we said earlier, in expressing daily gratitude for the body. She said our first duty is to bless our body, to praise its wonderful work, to learn what it needs, and to give it that. All right, number 7. This is the one I'm going to expand on. When she was asked what key thing restored her body to vigorous health, Myrtle said this: it was a change of mind from the ego mind that believes in sickness to the Christ mind of life and permanent health. I blessed my body continually until it manifested the well-being of the indwelling Spirit. Now, I think to all of us, Myrtle can be a great example of how correct beliefs, combined with powerful faith, the right prayer, right actions, and lots of patience, can heal a human problem. And like many of you, I've read her writings, and I think I understand the suggestions. Can I and you, can we all do this? I think it sounds very easy, right? Very simple. But I, and maybe some of you, will have an issue with number 7, okay? The question there is, how? How can you and I get that rock-solid faith that all is well while we're experiencing the exact opposite in our bodies? The thing hurts like hell, and you're going to say, oh, everything is fine, right? So, that kind of faith, okay? So how can we get this? And the answer is, drum roll, complicated. Okay. Well, I knew Jeff wasn't going to be sitting over here. So anyway, that kind of faith, my friends, is the result of spiritual growth, and each one of us grows at a different pace, okay? We're all in different expressions of consciousness. For whatever reason, Myrtle had that kind of faith. But while she helped many people with her knowledge, her love, and her wisdom during the rest of her life, She couldn't instill that kind of faith in the masses. So, the truth is that few people on this planet, is it stuck? Jeff, would you hit the enter button? Oh, yeah. There it goes. Thank you. So the truth is that very few people on this planet actually have the kind of faith that could heal serious physical issues all by themselves. So for people like me, who don't seem to have that immovable faith, what am I to do? Well, there are some ways that may help. We do have to find some source that we can trust, okay? Someone with whom we can share our situation, a person we may trust because they exude a great deal of love, they have a great deal of expertise, wisdom. Many people in this day and age go to Jesus. He has to carry quite a load. There's a lot of people asking him for help. Some go to Buddha. Some go to the Virgin Mary. And some go to just various channels and gurus that specialize in healing people. And I think maybe the vast majority have faith in doctors, modern medical science. But there's always the possibility that we can't find anyone that we have faith in. What do we do then? We give up hope? No, never. Okay. But we do have to believe one thing. We have to believe that we live in a friendly universe that is designed to support our journey through this earth plane. And then we must continue to search for answers through meditation, prayer, and to continue to ask our indwelling Spirit of God for help and guidance. Every one of us can do that, and we will receive the help that we need to move forward in the direction that is needed. So, my friends, immovable faith is about much more than healing our body. It is indeed about our journey toward a fully awakened consciousness that automatically includes perfect health. This is not something that comes by accident. It is the result of a shift in consciousness. Since each one of us is traveling upward on the spiral staircase, our consciousness expands to go along with that, and it reflects an increasingly greater understanding of who we really are, expressions of that which we call God. And as we do this, we begin to feel lighter, freer, and better. And we keep moving closer to that perfect faith and perfect health. And I just want to add something here. You know, we all of us have heard a lot about Jesus' healings. Now, based on the experience I've had in my lifetime, I would have to say that when Jesus healed somebody, he didn't do it with faith. Okay? Jesus had certainty. When you get to that kind of consciousness, you don't have faith that something is going to happen. You know it's going to happen. There's a big difference. Okay? So, also a footnote about Myrtle. Why did it take her 2 years to heal her body? You guess, based on what I just said? It took time for her to get rid of all the false beliefs that she had grown up with and accumulated in her first 41 years of life. That took 2 years. Once the consciousness is shifted, healing is instantaneous. Okay? So, my friends, there's a lot of words, but the rain will shine. I want you to remember a few things. Each one of you is an integral part of that universal consciousness we call God, which is unlimited, is all knowledge, is perfect love, and perfect intelligence. A very small part of you has taken up temporary resonance in this wondrous thing that you call your body. And whatever our life experience may be, each one of us is always loved beyond our understanding. I don't know if any of you listen to any of those NDEs, near-death experiences. I've listened to a lot of them. And it is almost universal experience of the people that make that transition, that temporary transition beyond the veil. The one thing they talk about is the incredible being immersed in the sea of love. Okay, there are a few exceptions, but the vast majority, that's their experience. A love that is beyond, it's not loving French fries, it's not a romantic love. It is a love that I think oftentimes in spiritual circles is called agape love, a spiritual love that is much deeper than anything that we normally associate the word with. The English language is a bit poor on that. So, to really know the truth that we are loved beyond our understanding, we have to find a way to allow the love that is within us to continually nurture every part of ourselves. I firmly believe that the love that we have within ourselves is indeed the catalyst to everything that we need and want in life. Okay? The more you can experience of that love, the more you will enjoy life, the healthier you'll be, the wiser you'll be, the more connected you'll feel to all of creation. So, don't fret immovable faith. Do thank your body each and every day and treat yourself to a balance of rest, healthy food, and exercise. And rain or shine, keep asking that your higher self for the help with whatever need you have. Meditate on, affirm and visualize any soul-based desire while remaining optimistic, grateful, and of course, patient. Even a little bit of faith, even just the hope that you will be helped, will bring you the help you need to find a right direction. Consulting an earthly healer, by the way, does not preclude what I like to call the spiritual healing, because Spirit works through everyone who's open to it. And there are many, many good healers in traditional medicine out there, and also non-traditional, that are in tune with their indwelling Spirit, that are doing what they're meant to be doing. Okay? And I want to give you a thing. In Unity, we have a term called outlining. How many of you have heard the term? Okay, it's when you decide that a certain result that you desire in life has got to be coming to you in the way you want it. Okay. And an excellent example of that, we had a good friend up in Ohio, in our church where I spent 20 years attending. He was a young man, early 40s, Terry probably, late 30s, early 40s. Wonderful wife, 2 young boys. They found he had this lump on one of his kidneys. And they said, no problem, we can take that off and you'll recover, you'll be young and strong. And he did follow all the, the regimen of good healthy eating. That's him and his wife. They used the herbs and supplements, anything that they thought was necessary to stay really in tune. But he said, no, I have read enough about spiritual healing. I come to church every Sunday. I do this, I do that. I'm going to get this healed spiritually. And he kept on doing that. And they kept getting worse. And the doctor kept saying, you got to get this off. And he said, no, I know this can be healed. I don't need to go to any doctor. About 6 months went by and he passed on, leaving behind a wonderful wife, 2 little boys. Because he insisted that his way was the only way he could heal that. Okay? So let's not do that. So remember, it's not what happens to us, but how we think, feel, and act relative to what is happening that really matters. So my friends, I bless all of you on your journey. I pray that each one of you will grow into a consciousness that allows you to fully express who you really are. That is my highest desire for my life. I want all of us to be joy-filled, wise, and loving spiritual beings in vibrantly healthy human bodies. And I thank you, everyone, for being here today and giving me this opportunity. Namaste. Oh, one more thing. I had originally intended to include some wonderful facts about the physical body, but it's way too long. So I put a few flyers back there on the table if you like to avail yourself of one. It's got a lot of good things in it. And if you're not enough, let me know. I'll email it to you.
Thank you, Renee. Lots of good information shared. Appreciate it. And now we have Voices from Within. Special music. Voices from Within. Very nice. At this point, I would invite you to take your offerings and gifts and $1 million checks and take it in your hands. And say with me our offering blessing. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love because I love to give. Okay, who's going to circulate these plates? We have our announcements. The prayer chaplain today is Linda Woodcox. She'll meet you right over by the little alcove there for some affirmative prayer after service. Yoga with Lana, Mondays, 9:45 and 11 o'clock. Metaphysical discussion group this Tuesday, 7 o'clock here. Prayer circle every Thursday at 11 a.m. Caregiver support group with Bob West, fourth Thursday of every month, 2 o'clock. Reiki, see Reiki for Sherry, nice. See Sherry for Reiki, schedule an appointment. And the prayer chaplain's meditation, the fourth Sunday of every month after service. And an update on our income and expenses. Let's see, for March we had income of $4,700, expenses of just over $5,500, a little shortage for the month, but we're still in the black year to date. $2,800 in the black, that's good. The scholarship fund, the Reverend Linda Machezik Scholarship Fund, now stands at $2,400. We've got a few more donations coming in this week. That's going to push that over $3,000, so that's good. Renee, could I invite you to bless our offering?
Father, my God, we're so very, very grateful for these gifts and for all the givers. We know that they will bless many, many people. And as this church continues to transform lives, that everyone will have peace in this world. And we're so grateful that we can be part of this great service to the world as each one of us expresses his Christ on earth. And we give thanks for fulfillment of all the prayer requests that people have in our hearts. We see them fulfilled in spirit already, and we know that they will manifest in the physical. We give thanks for that. And so it is.
And thanks to the ministry team that makes this whole day possible. We appreciate that, and thank you for coming and sharing the day with us. Much appreciated. Whoop. Madam President has a few words to say.
Do you have an announcement first, Mr. Shepherd?
Yes, there will be no choir rehearsal this Thursday. And the choir sounds so good, there won't be a rehearsal the following Thursday as well. Yeah, don't forget, for those of you who need to write things down and remember. Don't throw her under the bus. I'm not calling any names. That is all.
I just have a couple quick announcements. Reverend Nancy's meditation that she quoted last week, I typed up, and there's a bunch of pages on the back table. So please take one if you'd like. And then she had in her possession, and now so do I, the brand new Fillmore Study Bible. And we've done it. We've used the material before, like when we did the metaphysical Bible study, there's books with some of this in, but Truth Unity which is a website connected with organization connected with Unity. Actually, go there sometime if you've not been there. They have tons of free materials, all kinds of stuff, talks and literature and everything, including this Bible as a PDF download. Aha. Now, but then if you're like me and you're a retired English teacher, and I want it all here because it's the Bible, and then the blue is Charles Fillmore's Metaphysical Interpretations. The only place I know that this is available right now is on Barnes & Noble. It's not on Amazon yet. Truth Unity does not sell things. They give away free things. So if you're interested, you'd like to see it before you leave, give me your driver's license and I'll let you borrow it for a minute or two. And you can see it before you buy it.
Thank you, Sherry. All right, let's all stand and have our peace song.